Good morning, everyone. Boy, do I feel good. I slept so well last night. Yes, and I didn't wake up with a dry throat. And oh, I feel good. I cleaned the bathroom. I cleaned the floors. I did laundry. Oh my goodness, I've done so much already, and it's only 10 o'clock. And then I thought, wow, am I ever in the mood for a yummy breakfast? So I cooked some bacon. And we're going to have some bacon, a bacon potato bowl. My friends from Australia said they put these on their fries, and when you get takeout there, that's what's on your fries. So today I'm gonna make fries with my leftover chicken pot pie, but I'm gonna put them on our home fries. Press. Let's see what this tastes like. Yeah. Oh, it feels so nice. The sun is shining. I'm going to get all my housework done. Oh, it's going to be a great day, you guys. Okay, I couldn't eat my my bagel. Most of it, so I'm going to give it to the squirrel. I'll give Cindy the rest of my egg. I got full. But I had to use those bagels up, so that's why I cooked them. Give Cindy that egg. Okay, I'm going to do these dishes up. Make my bed. And then, who knows what I'll do for the rest of the day. Okay, I'm saving myself time and I'm making 4 wraps for Bruce. And then he can have them for his lunch today and tomorrow. I don't have to worry about it. They're in the fridge. Just grab them for your lunch and go. Yeah. I love doing this to make myself a break for a couple days of making sandwiches for his lunch. You know what I mean, Jelly Bean? I'm a sandwich maker. I'm the best sandwich maker. Parchment paper and these tin foil pieces, and you got yourself sandwiches in the fridge where you could just reach in and grab one on the go. There. Now I gotta go make my bed. First I'm gonna finish the dishes, make my bed, and then go feed the birds, the songbirds outside. Okay guys, I wanted to show you this. I never clean my TV screen with Windex. You're not supposed to. I clean it with distilled water. What I do is I put it in a spray bottle, and this is what I clean my TV with. It doesn't harm it, and it works well. Do not use, whenever you do not use Windex on your TV. That is so wrong. You can use distilled water. I'm going to clean my TV today. Oh God, I don't know what happened to me, why I'm in such a cleaning mood. But I am. I will show you how I clean it just with this. Okay, just spray it on and wipe it like you would wipe it with when you're using your Windex, but it's distilled water, and it works fine. I never could figure out what to use to clean my TV because I knew you're not supposed to use Windex, and then I seen this hack. So okay, I'm gonna go clean and I'll show you when I'm all done. As you can see, it doesn't leave any streaks or anything. It does a good job. You're welcome. I can't believe how much cleaning I got done today. It's time for me to sit now. I'm gonna have some nice pop. I'm writing a little bit of a Costco list because tomorrow I have to go to Costco. I didn't realize I was out of toilet paper. I got one roll left. So these are from Christmas. I don't know if I hope they're still fresh. I felt like a pistachio. They're gonna turn my fingers red. So I'm gonna write my list. Work on my puzzle. I'm gonna start my puzzle, I think. Hopefully. Pistachio. I've been reading my book. Oh, that's good. I really needed that. So I wanted to tell you about, I was going to tell you about this book, the first one I read. It's about Lily, and let me start over. Okay, it's about Lily and Riley and Atlas, okay? So when Lily was young, she seen behind her house is a vacant house. And she seen a guy go in there. And it was a guy from school. So the one day she went over there and she said, "Do you live here?" And she knew the guy, when the guy got a guy Atlas, when he got on the bus, he kind of stank, and his clothes were really dirty, and he really never had much of anything. She felt bad for him, so she kind of started talking to him and stuff on the bus. And then one day she said, "Why don't you come in and have a shower when my parents are at work? They don't get home till a couple hours after I get home." So he did. He went over and he took a shower, and she gave him some of her dad's old clothes. And just before they knew her parents would be home, he'd leave. And then they'd see each other getting on the bus and at school. And anyways, they come really close. And then when it started getting cold, she said, "You can't sleep in that house with no heat." Oh, and she'd give them food. She'd bring them, she'd give them leftovers. And when eventually he'd hang out at her house, they'd watch the Ellen show. Ellen DeGeneres show together. And they would laugh and stuff. And then that was their thing. He'd come over after school. He'd take a shower. They'd watch the show. And they really started liking each other. And he was very nice and kind. And so I want to hurry and tell you this, but I can't. So she really started to like him, and he was liking her. So when it got cold, she said, "You're sleeping in my room." So he'd sneak in at night through her window, and he would sleep by the floor, on the floor on a pallet or something. And then he'd get out early before her parents would know. So they did that for a while. And then the one day, her father went in her room, and he was there, and he beat the hell out of him. I forgot to tell you though. Her father used to beat up her mother, and she's seen this her whole life. She's seen her mother getting beat up, but her mother would never leave. He'd never leave. He was like the mayor of the town and everything. And she would see him hit her mother and stuff. It was terrible. So he beat Atlas so bad he ended up in the hospital. And after that, she never seen him again. When she was 16, she never seen him again. So, but he left. He was going to join the army, and he had an uncle where his uncle said he could live with him. So he never seen him again. But he gave her a magnet, and he said, "Everything's better in Boston," okay? So she kept this magnet forever. And then she met Riley. Riley is a neurosurgeon. Hang on, Sandy wants to come in. Riley is a surgeon. So she met him. She liked to go across the road because the apartment, she moved to Boston and got a job in Boston. And she liked to go across the road, and on the top of the roof there was like a patio, and she loved to go up there and just look at everything. And one day she was up there. He come out, but she didn't know. He didn't know she was there, and he started throwing chairs around. He was so angry, and she's like, finally he's seen her. He's like, "I think a kid died when they were doing surgery or something." But when she was talking to him, and he's like, "I like you," but he says, "I don't date. I only have one night stands." And she's like, "Well, After that, she never seen him until a year later. She finally had her dream of a flower shop, owning a flower shop and running a flower shop. So she bought a building, and made it into a flower shop. Well, she was cleaning it. This girl goes by and she goes in and she says, I need a job. And she's like, well, you need a job. And anyway, she ended up working there. But she didn't need a job. She was rich. She just wanted something to do to get out of the house. And it ended up being Riley's sister. So, that big place with the thing on the roof is like rich apartments. His sister lived there, and he lived with his sister and her husband. Anyways, I forgot to tell you, all this time when she was young, Lily, she wrote letters to Ellen. Now, I really wish she didn't have Ellen DeGeneres mentioned or anything in this book, because I do not like her. She was one of those persons on Epstein Island. You know what I mean? One of those actors. That's the only thing I don't like about the book. How she writes to, but she never sent her letters. She kept it like a journal. Writing in a journal, but everything was, Dear Ellen. I know that's strange, but it's the only thing I don't like about that book. I do not like Ellen. So, anyways, it ends up where she was at the bar down the road. She just went for a walk, and she walked into her flower shop. They ended up talking, and then she fell. So she went and she said, I'll go get my brother. Lily fell and hurt her foot, and I'll go get my brother. They were down the road drinking at a bar to watch the football game or something. Anyway, she goes and gets her brother and her husband and brings them back, and they like know each other, right? They're like, oh, because she always thought of him. She always thought of him after a year. She was still thinking of him, and here he was. So, the long story short, they ended up dating. And she became really good friends with his sister. Like, they're best friends. Because she really didn't have any friends. And, so, everything was going well. But the one night, he, I forget what happened the first time. What happened? Oh, they got in a fight. And he ended up pushing her down the stairs. And she should have left him right there and then, but she didn't. She was like, but it was in her mind that she would never marry a guy like her father. Never. But here she was thinking, I married a guy like my father. So, I think it was 3 times he did something to her. Where he just got angry. Well, the last time he headbutted her in the head. She had to get stitches and everything. And she said, she ended up going to the emergency to get stitches, and so she didn't know, but they ran blood tests, and they come back and they said, basically said, well, how long did you know, you're pregnant, right? And she's like, what? She didn't know she was pregnant. So, she's like, didn't talk to Riley. Didn't tell him or anything. He went away to England for a course that he needed to take for his doctor. And So she doesn't, at this time, she just said, I don't want to be with you. So he left her because he knew he had anger issues, but when he was young, he killed his brother by accident with a gun. They were young, and they found the gun. And he shot him. He didn't know the gun was loaded. They were playing. And he basically blew his brother's brains out. That's why he wanted to become a neurosurgeon. But most of the time, he was a really good guy. A really good boyfriend, a really good husband. And now she's got to tell him she's pregnant. Anyways, she's almost due. He finds out she's pregnant, and he's trying to be all nice to get her back. But in the end, she says, I want a divorce. Mm-hmm. Oh, they went to a restaurant. That's why I forgot to tell you. It's been a while since I finished reading it. They went to a restaurant out for dinner the one time. Who comes to the table to take their order? Atlas. She's like, doesn't say anything, and she goes to the washroom, and Atlas finds her, and he's like, I didn't know you were here. And she's like, well, I have my own flower shop. And she still has feelings for Atlas. That's how Riley got mad at her. The first time when she ran into him, he gave her his phone number, and he put it in the back of her phone in the case. He said he felt off about that Riley guy, and he said, if you ever need help, call me. Well, Riley found the phone number and thought she was cheating. That's when he threw her down the stairs, pushed her down the stairs, and the second time, he found her journals and read them about her and Atlas. And then Atlas is the one that saved her that day. That he cracked her head open when he headbutted her and stuff, trying to rape her and stuff. She called Atlas, and Atlas is the one that took her to emergency and everything, and helped her. He bring her back to his house, and she's like, Zen, don't you chew that plant! She's like, this is your house? Well, apparently he owns that restaurant. He's a good cook. When they were young, he used to make her cookies and stuff. He loved to cook. And this restaurant is a big success. And he made something out of himself. They used to tell each other, never stop swimming. Never stop swimming, you guys. Because when you think you're down and out, and everything is against you, keep swimming. She used to tell him, keep swimming. So, anyways, he helped her out, let her stay at his house for a few days. Eventually, she went back to her apartment because Riley basically gave it to her. Oh, He ended up buying an apartment where his sister is. It's like, it was a magnificent place. And the day after, the minute after she had the baby, she said, Riley, I want a divorce. She knew that she was not going to ever trust him again to be, with what he's done, to be violent. And he knew it. He knew it. And she said, I will never, ever let my child go through what she went through, seeing her father beat her mother like that. So, she got a divorce, but she had the baby, and she still lets Riley see the baby and take the baby, but she doesn't let him take the baby overnight. But she lets him have, she lets the baby go with him. And when she went to drop off the baby, she's walking down the street. Because after Atlas helped her and everything, they never seen each other for a year. So they'd seen each other. She's like Atlas, and he's like Lily. They talk, but he has to go because he's opening a second restaurant, and she has to go drop the baby off with Riley. So he told her, text me. So it ends up she really has her life together. She moved out of that apartment that he bought, got her own place, is raising the baby, but she's letting Riley see him. And now I'm on the second book where she's determined to text him, and she's got her stomach's turning and all that. She said, I haven't dated anyone or seen anyone. I haven't dated anyone in over a year. Because the baby's 11 months now. So this is where the second book takes place. I know it's not mystery or violent. Well, he was mean to her, but it's the kind of book I like. It's my style. It's not going to scare me. It's not going to, how can I say it? I'm not going to be afraid to read it or bored with it. Keeps you going. Only thing is, like I said, I wish now she's writing in her journal again. She's putting Dear Ellen. And she's telling Ellen. She's writing about her divorce and all that, but it's the only thing I wish she was just writing in her journal, not to who. So half the books I put in a box to donate. I ended up taking half of them back out of the box and putting them back on the shelf. I thought, well, people won't appreciate these books as much as me. So yeah, and then I took Zen's shelf out because he wasn't using it a whole week and he didn't sit on the shelf. So I thought, well, I'm gonna utilize it then, and I'm gonna, when I go to a thrift store, if I see an old book, that shelf is gonna be my book for old books. That night I took his stuff all down. I caught him up on the shelf in the corner right here sitting. So I've been trying to train him. Every time I catch him on the shelf, I tell him no. And It's been working so far. Knock on wood. Yeah. You have a whole area that's yours here in the corner. Utilize it, please. Utilize it. Okay, let's get some dinner. Okay, I decided just to have pot pie. I'm not going to do fries because, well, I had hash browns this morning. So, but those hash browns were delicious with that chicken salt. Hello. That was good. It was delicious. And I can't wait to have French fries to put that on. So many Australians, is that right? Yeah, Australian, told me that when you get takeaway, I love how they call it takeaway. That means takeout. When they get takeout, the takeout puts these on the fries. This is amazing, you guys. It was amazing on the hash browns. I just put this. I only put this. I didn't put anything else so I could taste it. Delicious. Delicious. So that'll be going on my fries every time. See how my pie, once you cool it off, it doesn't spread like it did. Yeah. And, yeah, I'm just going to have pie because I want to finish this tomorrow. Since I'm going to Costco, I'm going to go to Burger King because, you guys, let me lift you up here so I can talk to you. Because I seen on TikTok, Burger King, only in Canada for a change. Usually it's always only in the States, has dill pickle nuggets, chicken nuggets, dill pickle chicken nuggets. So we're going to go try them and sample them. I'm going to do that for you guys. Yeah. So tomorrow, we plan to try dill pickle chicken nuggets. Okay, let's get a piece of pie and have our dinner. This crust come out spectacular. I'll leave this piece in for Bruce for tonight. He can eat it right out of the pie plate. Not have to dirty dishes. I'm going to microwave that. Forgot I got the dog's chicken in the oven. Better time that. I just got everybody's blankies out of the dryer. It's chilly. I got mine too. I washed them all. Everybody's blankies warm now. What is that? Oh, it's the leg for the tripod. Okay. We're finally eating before it's dark. Okay. I even got all the blankets washed. All the covers. Okay, I'm going to get crap for this, but I don't care. I'm putting ketchup on my... I love ketchup on my chicken pot pies. I don't care. I'm going to get crap for this, but... oh, well. I love ketchup on my pot pies. I got water. Okay. This is so good. Gotta be careful. I got my puzzle out. I was sitting here doing my puzzle, watching Cindy in the grass digging. Like, for over an hour she was out there. I gotta go put her to bed soon after I eat. But it's so nice. I just love to see her do that. I told Bruce, because he's like, we should just get chickens. I said, the only way I'll get more chickens is if you put a run on the coop, a run, and it's got to be predator proof. You got to dig down with the wire. You gotta, he knows how to do it. He knows how to make a predator proof run. He did Jethro's. Yeah, and so he said, well, he would move the chicken coop over by where the fence is, and then have the run come this way. That way he can make a long run. I said, if we go out or anything, I could put them in the run, and I won't have to worry, because when we leave, they were still in the yard, and I don't know if he's gonna. He said he would do it, him and Belle. I don't know if they will or not, but in Canada, you can't just walk into a TSC and order and get chickens. Like in the States, they have chickens in the store. You have to order them. And here, at my feed store, you can order full-grown chickens. I've been a few times at the store. I have it on film somewhere, where some people have ordered fully grown chickens, and they sat in front of outside the feed store in cages. Oh, and waiting for the guy to pick them up, whoever ordered them. But I like babies. That way you can train them yourself. You can train a chicken. You've seen it here. It just bothers me with the coldness and the cold in the wintertime. I know they can withstand the cold, but Michelle worries. It's like, I would worry if a dog was outside in the cold. If any kind of story like that, where a dog was thrown out on the road or thrown out in the country and left, I have to scroll past it because I can't read it. Because I'll think of that animal morning, noon, and night. I'll think of that animal for a couple weeks before I finally get it out of my head. Yeah. And, yeah, I don't know. So I said, that's the only way I'll ever get more chickens. They gotta have a run. I'll let them free range, but when we go out, or I go somewhere, put them in the run. Then my mind is okay if I'm gone out. We'll see. Only time will tell. The way it's going, they might be sold out of chickens. Yeah. That's the only thing I'm proud of Canada. That you can't just walk in the store and come out with 5 chickens. It's got to go through the process. Yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna go eat, and I think we might make my nun's buns after I'm done eating. After I'm done eating, I'll go put Cindy Lou away, and we'll make some nun's buns. I've been walking around all day. I've been walking around with an egg in my pocket. All day long. That's what happens when you only have one chicken. You put it in your pocket and then you forget about it. Yeah. There you go, little chickie.